Alshifa TV inakuwezesha.
Witness this, trees being cut down to pave way for road constructions, a striking similarity to what has happened in Nairobi. Question is, are there #trees going to be replanted, or are we turning our cities into concrete jungle? Now, that's a statement and a catchy statement concerning the environment. And our guest in studio had made that statement in Twitter, and she is Sumaiyah Harunany from Blue Earth Organization. And you're watching the Umbrella Show, where we'll be discussing how safe is our environment. Just to dive in, thank you so much for making it in the studio.
Thank you. Thank you, Dalila, for hosting me.
Absolutely. You know, how safe or how clean, rather, is our environment? We'd like to know more about that, and the topic is already here. And our viewer, feel free to give your comments and questions as well. And Sumaiyah over here will be able to elaborate or highlight some of the issues. Now, let's just start with Blue Earth Organization. What is this Blue Earth Organization? Why the name? And how are you linked to it?
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Sumaiyah Harunany, and I'm a teacher by profession, the co-founder of Blue Earth Organization. Now, we formed Blue Earth Organization last year in March with the aim of tackling plastic pollution and regenerating areas that have been desecrated due to pollution, climate change, and infrastructure.
Okay.
We started off by beach cleanups when we realized the amount of plastic pollution that is over there.
Okay.
And to tackle plastic pollution, to create awareness on the effects of plastic to our environment.
Okay.
Yes, and because the plastic that is used and ditched irresponsibly.
Okay.
Yeah, it really affects the marine animals, and we have to take care of our oceans because without the ocean, there is no life.
Okay.
There is no blue without green. So for the green earth, we have to go blue first.
Okay, you have to go blue
yes,
first.
yes.
So all of this, you're linking it with the blue economy. Oh, absolutely great. And as we move forward, we've been seeing several issues concerning the dumping of the plastic waste just aimlessly. Just a glimpse of it. What drove you as Sumaiyah to say, I would stand and safeguard and look at how clean our environment is?
Well, the passion I have for nature, the love for nature, the passion for our environment. I believe we all deserve to live in a clean and a healthy environment. And it's not only my responsibility to work towards a cleaner city.
Okay.
Yeah, because of the pollution that is going on right now, the amount of pollution that is there. And I'm afraid it's going to affect the generations to come, because of the greenhouse gases that are emitted through this. And we all know that the greenhouse gases cause the global warming, and because of that, climate change. And we are already seeing signs of climate change. And yeah, so it's really scary, and we don't deserve this. We all deserve to live in a healthy environment, a healthy planet, and we should give it to nature, actually. Nature does everying for us.
So giving back to nature.
Yeah, give it back to nature. Yeah.
So what are some of the objectives, like in Blue Earth Organization, that you laid out that will actually help the young generation and the rest of the country?
Okay, as I said, our aim was to tackle plastic pollution, and we do that through advocacy, beach cleanups. We take part, we volunteer in any environmental events that happen nearby. And our current project is focusing on the restoration of mangroves in an area that is prone to flooding, and the mangroves were destroyed to pave way for infrastructure again. So yeah, we have managed to plant 6,000 seedlings, 6,000 plus seedlings out of our target, that is 10,000 seedlings by the end of the year. And yeah, we are, our seedlings are purchased from, they're sourced from the nearby community over there who lost their source of income due to pandemic, the pandemic COVID, and so this supports them directly financially and also continues encouraging them to greening the environment. Now, because of the jobs they had lost and they couldn't take care of their families, it was becoming difficult for them. The land, the site that we are planting mangroves at is under Kenya Forestry and CFA. So yeah, we were introduced to mangroves by them. And also, mangroves are one of the best nature-based solutions to fight the climate change because of the amount of carbon they absorb. They sink in like 10 times more carbon than the normal trees. So yeah, they are one of the best nature-based solutions, and people are not like, they don't know so much about it. There's not a lot of awareness about it. Because they mangroves give out, the wood, the top quality wood, timber. So they have been cut down, and like in high numbers, and also for like they're breeding their hotspot for very many animals. So it's also good for the fishermen, and yeah. So,
absolutely. Whenever we talk about mangrove and the amount of deforestation which is taking place, it's quite worrying, especially when you go to the other rural areas in the interiors. People do that. How do you feel about the deforestation which is taking place at the lower grassroots levels? And maybe what are some of the things that should be done, according to you, to make it a better place for our generations to come?
Okay, first of all, deforestation is, I know it's not a solution. It's not a solution. I feel if you cut down one tree, plant two. It's very basic, because trees are very important. They're very important, especially now, the crisis that we are in. We can see right now the severe drought in Kenya, especially the 29 counties. It's absolutely, dry, and it's all because of this, cutting down of trees has become even along the roads. Like I was just coming right now from Diani, and I see trees being cut down for road construction. And I don't feel it right. Why do you want to interfere with nature? I mean, nature. More awareness has to be created, because there are people like, I also saw selling mangoes and all, and they just come down from those trees, and it's a source of income for them. But so people have to realize the importance of trees to avoid, them from cutting down and destroying nature. If, as I said, if you cut down one, plant two anywhere, but make sure you have.
But when you look at when you look at it, do you think that this is really sinking in with the people around? Is it really sinking in that whenever you cut down a tree, you have to plant either two or more of that? Do you actually seeing it?
No. Actually, it's, living here, I have been seeing the way nature is being destroyed, and I feel we need strict governance, low governance and more awareness. In fact, if we need our children to learn and all, it's very important for our children to start. We have to start off with teaching our children at a very young age, and that is how it that they realize the importance, because as you grow up, you know, not everybody will suddenly wake up, oh, trees are important, and you know, yeah. So like, for example, I have a daycare, and I have toddlers 3 to 4 years, and there was this day, World Day to combat desertification. Yeah, and I was like, okay, let's plant a tree today, you know, and I had to explain to them the importance first. I cannot just tell them, let's plant a tree, and they don't know why they are planting
in the first place.
Yes, so I explained to them the importance, and one of the reasons I gave them was, if you plant a tree, we get rain, you know, because they love rain and playing in the puddles and all. So it had not rained for some time. And I'm like, let's plant a tree. And I explained to them the importance of planting a tree. And then, yeah, I got a golden palm tree and we planted it that day. And fortunately, it rained the next day.
Whoa, so it was just a coincidence for that.
Yeah, so, and they were like, oh, we planted a tree, it's raining, you know, and we should plant more trees. And they're like, yeah, and every time it rains, they're like, teacher, did somebody plant a tree? And then it didn't rain for some time. Like, teacher, nobody has planted a tree. Let's plant a tree. I'm like, okay. And we planted 2 more trees, and again it rained.
It rained. So that means nature is on your favor.
Yeah, and to take care of it, you know, they would want to water it every day. So you see, if from that age, you know, if you teach them, and not only theoretically, practically, do it with them. So, you know, the generations to come, it's really going to be different than ours, because right now it's very difficult to change people's minds. You know, the minds are set to, it's very difficult to change somebody's mind. No, you know, the leaders are, they eventually put all the blame on the leaders.
Okay, it's always a two-way traffic. Well, we're streaming in Al Shifa Online TV, and this is the Umbrella Show with me, Dalila Hamza. I'm having Sumaiyah over here from Blue Earth Organization. We're discussing how clean is our environment. We're looking at the aspects which are there to be made so that we can live a beautiful kind of life. I don't know your views on that. Feel free to send it in our comment section below, and we'll get back to that and make sure we answer that. As we tag along with the Sumaiyah, let's continue with our discussion. You know, whenever you're passing through, there's a place called VOK here in Mombasa, whenever you're passing through the bridge going to Nyali, there's a certain dump site which is actually there, and the filth is too much there, and it's quite scaring. You as a passionate person when it comes to environment, how do you foresee such kind of environment for those who are living around it? We're talking about children who are passing there. We're talking about businesses which are there. And we're linking it with the kind of amount of filth which is dumped there, and most of it being plastic waste.
Okay, it's very disheartening actually, because it's so unhealthy. Inhaling all these gases, you know, they're all poisonous gases because of all that, you know, this plastic, and plastic is made out of different chemicals. Yeah. And you know, plastic does not decompose. It'll take forever. It's going to stay there. And by staying there, it's not like just, it's releasing all those greenhouse gases, things like methane and CO2 and all those harmful gases. It's very dangerous. It's awful actually, you know, for especially children to inhale such gases. And then that is why the rate of, you know, sickness and these other diseases, it's very high because of the pollution that is there. There is no cleanliness.
And it's really not just only there, Sumaiyah. We also have Makirunge.
Yes.
I don't know if you've been there before. The kind of environment which is there, and you see families, the street families, living or residing along there. Yeah. Who's to be blamed for this kind of situation? And what are just some of the mitigations that whenever they're laid down, they could make a better improvement when it comes to the whole health sector?
I feel we should be having more, first of all, we can start off by having segregation bins, you know, all around segregation bins. We can separate the trash. We can have and then there's, you know, a section for plastic that can be recycled, because I have seen some lady has started making bricks out of plastic waste.
Yep, absolutely, yeah. She was
Yeah,
Sure.
and then there are others. There's another group that have started making flip-flops out of these rubber slippers and all those that have been, Yeah. So you see, it's creating job opportunities for many. Those who are able to, they are taking, a step towards. And then there's food waste that decomposes. It can be used as, it's one of the best fertilizers. It can be given to the farmers instead of the farmers using the harmful, chemicals. In fact, look at like Victoria, that has been, like Victoria is really suffering because of this harmful fertilizer chemicals, So I feel we should be having segregation bins everywhere. Again, I said law enforcement, do not litter. In Nairobi, the law enforcements are very strong on this because you don't see, especially the city side, like when it's very clean. You're not allowed to litter over there. If you are caught littering, then you have to pay a fine.
So we have a problem with our policies.
I feel, yes. Yes. And then come up with recycling plants, workshops, Yeah, teach people how to make use of that waste. Like what happened to Kibarani site, they changed the entire, it's just a miracle. I never expected to see that big difference, So, yeah, whatever they're doing to that waste, I still have to, yeah, but, look for ways to reduce the waste, reuse it, and recycle. Recycling, I think it's one of the most important ways.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And do we see how clean, I'll ask you again, maybe you give us your views on that because we're emphasizing on that kind of topic. How clean is our environment? Do you see any improvement which has been transitioning from back in the days up to date? Are we really doing our best to make sure that our environments are clean as citizens?
I've been seeing, I don't know, I've been seeing as a conservationist, I'll always be focusing on the areas that are unclean and they grab my attention more. So, I'll just be focusing more on that.
But I think it's high time we also acknowledge those areas which are doing their level best.
Like I said, the Kibarani site, they have done an amazing job. And then the Mombasa County has taken this initiative of planting 1 million trees, I think, by the end of this year. And they have done around 700,000 or so. So, and they have started to hold cleanups that is creating awareness, So yeah, at least something is being done. And yeah, even the market, I think it was terrible. Yeah, so yeah, just some places, specific areas where more awareness needs to be created on the proper disposal of waste. Also, as citizens, if you go to Mamangina, I'm just going to give you an example because I saw it. If you go to Mamangina Drive, they remade the whole thing. They made it so beautiful. But if you go inside now, like, there's this drainage, whatever.
The pipes and stuff.
And just take a look inside.
The drainage system is still...
Oh my God, it's full of trash. You'll see all kind of plastic wrappers and cups and, So why is there so much irresponsibility? And there's the ocean there. So, it eventually goes into the ocean and the fish have it and it comes to us.
Actually, talking about the ocean, just the other day I had an interview with a scientist from Kemfree, and he was saying that turtles are now being extinct because of the amount of plastic they were taking. But when we look at the other scenario, are we sensitized enough? Are the rural areas, are people emphasize concerning the importance of this kind of object or kind of thing? Do you think that we have to do more? Because as much as we are moving into digital world, there are those people who are in the rural areas and they come here. And also ignorance is another case. So the education or emphasizing, has it been done enough?
No, it has not been done enough. As I said, a lot of awareness has to be created. And I think the best thing is, you know, if it starts from school at a very early age.
Okay.
Yeah, because eventually people come to, you know, as they grow up and they take things for granted and they don't understand. They don't understand how they are harming the environment by doing that. They don't know because they either have been ignorant or they have not been sensitized enough. And yeah, so it has to start from a very early age, I feel. And yeah.
Okay, so Sumaiyah, when was the last time, or which kind of scenario really kind of hit you? Like, this has to be paid attention to, everyone should be drawing when it comes to conserving our environment. Like, what was the worst scenario for you when you're at the field? Because I believe this campaign of planting the mangroves has not just started this year only, it started way back. And what was it like for you?
Okay, initially we didn't get a lot of support because people out there don't take this as seriously as it should be taken. You know, conserving the environment. It's very hard being an environmental activist, actually, here, especially here in Kenya. It's very hard. You know, we look for, you know, support us, because what we are doing, it's not only for us. It's not only for us, it's for everyone. Climate change is not affecting only me or you or a specific gender or race. It's affecting everyone. And to do that, if you cannot join, you know, try to join us. If you cannot join us, maybe, you know, help us circulate the poster or link us with those who would be interested in sponsoring or, you know, donate something. Because, yes, we do face criticism. Yeah, that, okay, what are you doing? And, you know, or what difference does it make? And, you know, a lot of things that would demotivate you, but no, it keeps us moving, you know. Even if it's just 3 of us, we will go and do it to carry out the mangrove planting and all that. So, you know, at times it's the mindset of the people. It becomes really difficult for us to change it. And yeah, we have faced a lot of criticism and we don't get enough support. But yeah, with a bit of support from family, friends, well-wishers, at least we have managed to do what we have done, and it keeps us moving, actually. Yeah.
And in the process of just, you know, we've talked about conserving our environment and the years to come, you know, there's a big generation. What do you see in 5 years to come in the Blue Earth organization? How do you foresee it when it comes to spreading the gospel of conserving our environment, cleaning it up, looking at its state?
Okay, Blue Earth organization was started last year in March 2020, just when COVID started here, and because of COVID we couldn't do much, but we made use of social media to create more awareness, and I'm glad that we have managed to create a bit of awareness, because we started off as 3 people and right now we are like 20 to 30 in the group, you know, and we keep on getting more inquiries who would love to join. And so and we have managed to donate trees to schools. So we are really working hard for it, because we want to see a healthy planet, a cleaner planet, a healthy planet, a pollution-free planet, and where we are headed to, hopefully in the next 5 years to come, the way you asked, I believe we would have made quite a difference, because we are going strong, and yeah, we are going strong, and we have managed to create awareness and continue doing that, because we don't want in another, at least somebody has to do something, you see. Every step counts, every step matters, that you take matters. I cannot see my planet in another 80 to 100 years becoming planet Venus, you know, just full of greenhouse gases and no life, because of the emissions and the pollution. So yeah, we are working very hard, and hopefully we will make a difference.
Okay, in your quest to fight for for the world to be healthy, to be clean, all about environment. What are some of the areas maybe you visited that brought attention to you, that you thought this idea, if I pinch it down to a country, it will be better? Some of the places, maybe the kind of mitigation they're using, or policies maybe.
Okay, I had been to South Africa, and I saw the segregation bins over there. Okay. Actually, yeah. That is when it hit me, you know. I'm like, okay, we don't have any of this in our country or city, and actually the law enforcements are also very strict. You know, you're not allowed to litter, and people use the segregation bins accordingly, not just, okay, this is plastic, this is food waste, I'll just, you know, take plastic and put into food waste. No, they do follow over there, you know. And trust me, it really makes a difference. It makes a big difference, because they were everywhere. They were everywhere. And I feel if we start here, it is going to make a difference. And in fact, it is there in our plans as Blue Earth organization. One of the aim, it's to start the segregation bins. Yeah.
We've talked about Blue Earth. Maybe the viewer is asking, where is it found, or where is it located rather?
Okay, we are CBO based in Mombasa. Yeah, taking care of the coastal line and all.
Okay, yeah. Absolutely. As we wind up, because also time is not on our side, we look at the other side. You're all parting shots when it comes to, you know, we ask the question, how clean is our environment? Are we safe enough when you talk about climate change, about the entire kind of thing? So, Sumaiyah, let's get you parting shots about the whole issue.
Okay, our environment is not that bad, but it's not also that good the way it should be. See, our lives are at risk. Our children, the next generation that would be coming, you know, we cannot have coal to eat or oils to drink because of all the emissions. And we all deserve to live in a healthy environment, a clean environment. I wish to see responsible citizens, because they are basic things that they are very basic things that will help, you know, help the environment from you. It's not rocket science. They're very simple things. You know, cut down single-use plastic. You don't litter. Save energy and all that. So, you know, these small steps really make a difference. So I feel as responsible citizens, let's all take care of our environment, because we need a healthy planet for us, for our children.
Thank you very much, Sumaiyah, for making time to come into the studio and talking about how clean is our environment. And if you want to visualize our world to come, it is our responsibility. Accountability is a reflection of responsibility. Thank you so much for staying up to this time in the Umbrella Show. My name is Dalila Hamza. I'll meet you next time. But remember, keeping our environment clean is our responsibility.
Al Shifaa TV inakuwezesha.